What if a shrine could float on the sea? It sounds impossible. But in Japan, it becomes reality every single day. As the tide rises and falls, the same shrine transforms into two completely different worlds. This is Itsukushima Shrine in Hiroshima. It has amazed visitors for more than 1,400 years. So why has this magical place captured people's hearts for so long? Once you discover its story, you'll realize it's much more than a beautiful shrine. It's a place where nature, history, and faith come together in a way you won't find anywhere else. Today, let's uncover the secret of Japan's famous floating shrine. Why is it so special? Itsukushima Shrine stands on Miyajima Island, near Hiroshima. For centuries, Japanese people believed this island itself was sacred. They thought the mountains, forests, and sea were home to the gods. Because of that, they didn't want to build directly on the Holy Land. Instead, they built the shrine over the water. When the tide comes in, the bright red buildings appear to float on the sea. When the tide goes out, the ocean floor appears. You can actually walk all the way to the giant gate. The same place looks completely different just a few hours later. Very few places in the world offer such a dramatic change. This breathtaking landscape is one of Japan's 3 most scenic views. It is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The perfect blend of nature, architecture, and spirituality makes Itsukushima Shrine truly one of a kind. The history behind the shrine. The history of Itsukushima Shrine goes back more than 1,400 years. It is believed to have been founded in 593 AD. But the shrine we see today became famous thanks to one powerful man. His name was Taira no Kayamori. He was one of Japan's greatest military leaders during the 12th century. Kayamori deeply respected the shrine. He rebuilt it on a much larger scale. At that time, Japan was expanding trade with China. Safe sea travel was extremely important. Many sailors came here to pray for protection before crossing the ocean. Over the centuries, the shrine survived storms, wars, earthquakes, and countless natural disasters. Generation after generation, people repaired and protected it with great care. When you walk along its wooden corridors today, you're following the footsteps of people from hundreds of years ago. The shrine is still alive because people never stopped believing it was worth protecting. The secret most visitors don't know. The most famous symbol of the shrine is its enormous floating torii gate. It stands about 16 meters, or 53 feet, tall. That's about the height of a 5-story building. But here's the surprising part. The gate isn't deeply anchored into the ground. Instead, it stands almost entirely because of its own weight. It weighs around 60 tons. Its carefully designed base keeps it balanced against waves and changing tides. It's an incredible example of traditional Japanese engineering. Another amazing secret? Your experience changes depending on the time of day. At low tide, you can walk right up to the gate and touch its massive wooden pillars. At high tide, the gate seems to float peacefully above the water. One location. 2 completely different experiences. What can you experience there? If you visit Itsukushima Shrine, don't rush. Spend enough time to watch the tide change. Seeing the scenery transform is one of the most unforgettable experiences on the island. At high tide, the red shrine reflects beautifully on the calm water. The view feels almost dreamlike. At low tide, you can stand beneath the giant torii gate. Looking up from below makes you realize just how enormous it really is. As you walk around the island, you'll also meet friendly wild deer. They roam freely through the streets and parks. For even more incredible views, ride the ropeway to Mount Misen. From the top, you'll see the islands of the Seto Inland Sea stretching to the horizon. The shrine is only the beginning. The entire island feels like a living museum of Japanese culture and nature. Food, culture, and every season. Miyajima offers more than amazing views. It's also famous for delicious local food. Fresh oysters are one of Hiroshima's best-known specialties. You can enjoy them grilled, fried, or served over rice. Another local favorite is momiji manju. This soft cake, shaped like a maple leaf, is filled with sweet red bean paste. It's one of Japan's most popular souvenirs. Every season gives the island a different beauty. In spring, cherry blossoms surround the shrine. Summer brings deep green forests and bright blue skies. Autumn covers the mountains with brilliant red and golden leaves. Winter creates a quiet, peaceful atmosphere under crisp blue skies. No matter when you visit, Miyajima always feels different. And every visit leaves a new memory. Conclusion. Itsukushima Shrine is much more than a famous tourist attraction. It is a place where 1,400 years of history still live on. A shrine that appears to float on the sea. A sacred island where nature itself is respected. A giant gate that changes with the tides. And a place where history, engineering, culture, and breathtaking scenery all come together. If you're planning a trip to Japan, don't just visit the busiest cities. Come to Miyajima. Walk through the floating shrine. Watch the changing tides. Taste the local food. And experience a place where Japan's ancient spirit still lives today. You may arrive as a tourist, but you'll leave understanding why this magical island has inspired people for over 14 centuries.